Hello?
Hey. Is that
Hey.
Alpha there?
Yes, this is Alpha.
How you doing?
Doing pretty good. What about yourself?
Doing pretty good. There's David.
Ooh.
Hi, Rama Lama. Hi, Roxanne.
Good afternoon.
That's acetaminophen, isn't it?
Let's see, who are we missing? Who is that by phone?
That's Alpha.
Okay.
Treva may not make it, she said.
So Kevin,
Yep.
there's Kay.
Yep.
Dwayne said he was going to make it, but I don't see him yet.
Let's see here. I see his name popped up here.
Whoops. Am I missing it?
There's Rob. I see Rob.
Rob, are you at home?
That looks like an official office.
Still can't hear you, Rob. No. Okay. No, I don't see him.
Is that 8? Am I counting right?
Nine.
Who am I
Yeah,
missing?
Amy's in there.
No, Amy doesn't count.
Dwayne said he was joining. He's not here yet.
Yeah, he did say he was gonna join. I don't know if he's having trouble or not.
Roxanne, where are you in, what is your backdrop? Is
That
that,
is actually a picture that I took back when we could travel, and that is Poseidon's temple.
Cool. That must have been a good trip.
It was lovely. I can't wait to go back. Made some friends over there, so can't wait to go back.
you've got a good reason to go back.
Yes.
Why don't we go ahead and start? If Dwayne, if Treva's not going to make it, we got Dwayne and Kevin. If they want to pop in later, that's okay. But why don't we go ahead and start? And I think we've got a quorum. Joe, I was looking. Did we approve the minutes for the November meeting when we had the special call meeting in December, or do we need to do an approval for minutes for both November regular and December call meeting?
You know, I don't recall us doing that. If it's not in my minutes, then we didn't do it. Let me see.
Why don't we go ahead and do both? If we did, I don't think we're hurting anything to do it twice, but let's, if everybody's had a chance to read both the November regular call meeting and then December, which I think Joe sent to us, and which dealt strictly with COVID issues. Any discussion about any of the minutes? Do I have a motion to approve both or either or both?
Move that we approve both sets.
I second.
Anybody opposed? All right, let's go. Joe, anything else with Secretary's report?
No. Yeah, we didn't approve it last time, so.
Okay. Shelley, if Treva's not going to be here, what about treasurer?
Okay. Did you all receive your treasure report? Finance report?
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing I want to call your attention to is on the hotspots. There was an accounting error that I caught, and I talked to the auditors about it, and we worked together to get it cleaned up. So this report reflects the accurate figures for hotspots income. It's a little less than what we thought because of the accounting error.
How much less was it, Shelley?
It was about, I think the last time our report was out, it was in the 62 or something like that thousand. This reflects 57,900.
Where did
So that's why it's less.
what was the error happen?
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened was the data entry person did exactly what I told her to do.
You made it down there.
Hold on just a minute.
On two wheels. You know, it's 65 degrees outside.
Sorry,
I know.
my stream is coming in.
I bet it does. That's nice weather. I like that kind of weather. Me too.
Oh boy, isn't Zoom fun? This is my second Zoom meeting in the last 24 hours.
2 hours.
We just gotta go to the doctor today too. But she may not be here.
Who is that?
Okay, I think I figured that out.
That's
My
Shelley.
screen is coming in behind, you know. Yeah, so what happened with the hotspots was I had told her to enter the deposits, and then she was also doing, when I transferred, she was also doing the transfers into the same account. So it showed it more than what it should have. So we got all that straightened out. So this is correct.
And the auditors are aware.
Yeah, I called and talked to them and asked them how we should do to clean it up. And so they are aware of it. And they're still working on our audit for this year, last fiscal year.
Anything else in budget stuff?
Not really. Everything's pretty much where it should be. I am going to be working on the budget for the next fiscal year, and I'll be contacting the committees to set up an appointment next month for something to present at the next board meeting.
Shelley, can I ask a couple of questions?
Yeah.
Under community room fees, you have a minus $900. What does that mean?
Those are refunds from people that paid early in the year to use the room, and we're not using the room right now. Refunds.
And the grant income of 17.3.
15,000 is from Howmet grant that we got,
Okay.
and 2,300 was the East Tennessee Foundation.
Okay. So these are previous grants, really.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
I had one other question. Utilities expense, does that include FiberNet or is that telecommunications expense?
FiberNet should be under telecommunications, yeah. So that utilities is just electric and water
Gotcha. Okay.
and gas.
Okay, I guess we filed the financial for the audit. I don't think we need a motion for that. Shelley, I guess finance would be Treva too. Is there anything beyond our financial report that we need to hear from finance committee?
Nothing that I know of right now.
Elizabeth, personnel.
No report.
Okay, policies.
You're on. You
You're
have
muted.
to. There you go.
There it is. All right. Sorry about that, technology. Shelley, maybe you can address the road. It seems to be working okay. The route behind the library to the public, to the health department.
They only did one little trial before they actually got the vaccines, and it worked out fine, but they haven't really been using the route.
You know,
Okay.
I was going to ask when we got to director's report, Shelley, every time I drive by, you know, we all worried about long lines, and we went through the agreement with the city and the county. It may be that until we get to the general population, it's just not going to be that big a deal, but I haven't seen anything that looks even close to what we were concerned about when we worked on that agreement. Am I missing something?
No, they've been doing it by appointment, so it's working out pretty good. There was a couple of days that people were parking everywhere, which I thought maybe that would have been a better way to do it, was the route, but everything seems to be fine.
Good.
Rob,
Thank you.
anything at MUS that's a problem? We were kind of joined at the hip with them on this. Has anybody said anything about the MUS parking lot or anything?
Nothing that I've heard. So to my knowledge, all good.
Okay. Well, I guess we wait and see if we need to worry about anything. You know, they don't seem to have a real, and I'm not blaming anybody, but they don't seem to have a real good plan. And so this thing could bust loose at any point, I guess. But for now, you know, I guess we don't worry about it. Okay, anything else in policy?
No, sir.
Alpha, if that's you by phone, long-range planning.
No report.
Deborah, building and grounds,
Not that I'm aware of.
until we get back up and running, I'm not sure there's a whole lot there to worry about yet, anyway. Deborah, nominating, we're coming up, I guess, in July. I don't know who we've got rotating off, but not quite there yet to worry about that.
So do you need me to call Cindy and Mayor Britton's office and see?
You can if you want to. I think Joythy is coming up. Her term's ending this year. But we may keep her.
Now, whose term is up?
Brahma.
Oh, Joe?
Joe.
Okay. Joe, you want to stay?
I don't think I can per the rules.
Or is this the end of your rope?
I think so.
Could we make an exception for the secretary?
Yeah, I think they have been.
Somebody needs to
rules.
take notes. Well, we've got a little bit of time till July. Shelley, purchasing. Treva.
Yeah, nothing at this time.
Unfinished business. I guess I don't know that there's anything other than what we'll deal with Shelley in the director's report. But does anybody have anything we need to finish up on? Okay, Shelley, you want to get to the director's report, and I guess maybe first give us a little bit of an idea about how we've done since the special call meeting in December, where we went back to curbside, and also maybe an update on the staff COVID comments in the director's report, see if there's anything new beyond what's in your report.
The only thing that's, everything's been going really well. We had one person earlier, I think that was on the last report, about she had COVID, and we went along with the health department's guidelines on that. And since then, 2 other people have been tested for COVID. One is positive and one is negative. But the one that was positive actually got it from a family member, and she was out. Her husband had it, and so she got it from him. So it really didn't affect the staff like it would have if she had been working when she got it. So
no exposure.
She's in quarantine.
Okay, no exposure there, we think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's none. And the other one was negative, so.
Okay. You know, I was afraid we'd have to have another special call meeting if we had another outbreak with staff, but other than those 2, nothing to deal with.
Right.
How has the curbside gone? Can you expand on that a little bit? Have we gotten into a little bit of a routine, or, you know, I just can't imagine going back to normal anytime soon. So how much of a routine are we in with curbside?
It's going pretty good. Our numbers are down though. If you look at the circulation report I send out, you can see, of course, this is for the 6 months. The first columns are December, and then on the right-hand side is the year-to-date. And we're down about 43%, it looks like. So, you know, being curbside and closed has affected that. But I think we're doing okay as far as routine.
Well, I don't think there was any way we wouldn't have a big change in those numbers. It's just, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Shelley, what are your thoughts about from here on? I know you've got a recommendation in the report. Do you want to talk about what you think we do, at least for the next month?
Yeah, I think for the next month, we're just going to stay at curbside. I would like to allow a couple of volunteers from Friends to come in because we have a community room full of books that have been donated from the public, which is nice, but they'll need time to sort it and everything. So for February, I noticed I still had December on there, but through February of 2021, we would continue curbside.
So that's a typo through February 2021, no community room with the exceptions.
Did I print out the right one?
Yeah.
Did I send the right one?
Well, I may have.
February.
Yeah, no, it says December 2020.
Yeah, so that's a typo.
Okay. What about the hour changes? What about that?
We have been closing at 5, but I want to stay open a little later now that the time is staying. I think people would have more time to get here if we stayed up until 6 at least. But there's no point in staying up until 7 like we normally do because the traffic is a lot slower in that time in the evening. So we'd be closing like an hour early Monday through Thursday. And the rest of the week it would be the same as normal.
Anybody want to discuss that before we look at a motion? Any questions or discussion? Anybody want to make a motion to accept Shelley's recommendations?
I so move.
I second.
That's Alpha, I think, Joe.
Yes.
Okay, if no further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, Shelley, what else with the director's report?
I just want to point out that we have two new databases, Ready Rosie, which is for children 0 to 3rd grade. It helps the parents interact with their children to keep them school ready. And also we have Canopy, which is a streaming video service. It includes educational movies, documentaries, and just entertainment. You can stream these videos on your tablets, on your TV, on your computer. So, and it kind of replaced Acorn TV that we had. And when it got bought out through another company, we lost that subscription. So I replaced it with Canopy.
Is it the same thing as Acorn?
It's not exactly the same because Acorn was more like British TV. So this Canopy is, I don't think it includes Acorn TV shows.
But it does have educational movies and documentaries.
Yeah.
So
it does. And it also has the Great Courses, which is college level programs that people can watch and learn from a variety of topics that are college classes, actually.
Shelley, what is our subscription cost to that?
I believe it's I think it was $5,000 for a year. And there is we get 10, each patron that watches gets 10 credits a month for the movies and entertainment, 5 credits toward the great courses, and children's videos are unlimited. So they can watch as many times as they want, since, as the lady pointed out, her 3-year-old watches the same movie at least a dozen times in one day.
Can we tell what the traffic has been?
We just started it this week, so I might be able to tell you more next month.
Okay. Anything else with the director's report?
That's all I have.
Okay. Boy, this is fast. I guess Zoom is maybe good. Amy, regional?
I don't have too much. I wanted to let you know that Overdrive and Libby now have magazines again. They had them for a while and then they weren't doing too well with them. And they just bought out, Overdrive just bought out RB Digital. So they have collected all of those magazines that were on RB Digital, and it's thousands of titles. And they have offered them to Tennessee Reads for free for the next several months. So there's, pretty much any title in just about any language you can think of, it's available. So I encourage you to take a look at those and encourage your patrons to consider using some of those as magazines. Where they can't get into the library to browse their magazines, they can do it online. There's all the popular ones, People, Time, all the big names, and then a lot of not so big names as well. But it is looking like, with budget holds like we expect it to, and Overdrive keeps the numbers that they were throwing around for the magazines, it looks like we will be able to keep all of those subscriptions as well when we have to renew them next year. So fingers crossed, we will be able to keep all of those. There's more titles than I even knew there were magazines. So we're encouraging people to look at those. Also, for Tennessee Reads, if you are on Facebook at all, we do have a Tennessee Reads Facebook page. It is run out of our office, and we're doing a lot of fun things on there. We're doing a winter reading challenge. No prizes or anything because we are the state, but bragging rights are always good, right? So we're doing a winter reading challenge on Tennessee Reads Facebook page. I encourage you to follow that, and we do a lot of fun things on there as well. So if anybody has any questions about that. Other than that, it's business as usual here. If anybody has any questions, you'll notice I did get married over the holiday, so I have a new name and new email address. It's now amy.anderson@tn.gov. The other one will not work. It'll kick it back to you. But just if you want to make a note of that, next time I see you, I'll give you all new business cards for me. But that is all that I have. If anybody has any questions for me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, Amy, my usual question about what's everybody else in the region doing? Are we out of step with anybody else, or what are we looking at?
No, everybody, well, not everybody. We have some libraries that, like I said before, that have never closed and never will. But most of the libraries right now are on curbside. They have gone back to curbside and are planning to do so at least until March 1st. That's the date everybody's kind of throwing around to hopefully reopen. Johnson City, Bristol has talked about that. Sullivan County as well. So that's the date we're kind of looking at. A lot of libraries are looking at to reopen back to maybe not business as usual, but somewhat letting people into the building. But as of right now, everybody's pretty much staying curbside until things calm down a little bit and more people can get vaccines. We're going to get them and let the numbers. There's been in Sullivan County yesterday. That's the number. That's where I live, so that's the number I know. But there has been a 7-day decline in cases steady going down. So we're hopeful with that keeps going, and that is adding a little light to this. So hopefully we're trending back toward good health and normal times. But for now, you are right in line with everybody else and just doing curbside.
I'm certainly willing to listen to anybody that disagrees, but unless things change dramatically, I presume we're probably going to do Zoom again in February. Does anybody object to that? You know, Shelley and I have kind of done that unilaterally, I guess, without necessarily a board vote. But I don't think I haven't gathered any objection or disagreement about that. Does anybody think we ought to look at in person in February? Or, you know, we don't have to make a decision now. Obviously, we can wait. But does anybody have any thoughts about what we might do in February as a board?
Zoom works awfully well, and it's very convenient.
Yeah, I could walk in and eat my lunch here at the office right before with going down Morris Boulevard.
Right.
Well, assuming no dramatic change, and our Amy, our numbers are down too a little bit, and I'm not sure there's a lot of rhyme or reason to it. But unless there's a dramatic change, I would assume everybody's okay with Zoom again in February, and we'll proceed ahead from there. Anything else anybody wants to talk about or bring up? Any new business?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to say we have 3 board members who have been recognized. Roxanne Bowen and Alpha Alexander received diversity awards, and congratulate them. And then Joe Ramaprasad's son, a wonderful article about him, about his accomplishments. And so I think we should extend. Shelley, you look great with the Crestmore presentation at the relationship you established there with the trailer park. That was good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have a very impressive board. The chairman is probably the least impressive of everybody.
No.
But somebody's got to do it. Anything else? And congrats to everybody there. Anything else new? Do we have a motion to adjourn then?
I move.
I second.
All right. See you next month. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Stay well.
Thanks, David.
I'm glad you're chair during this, David.
Yeah.